Namaskara. Welcome to Tripitaka Theravāda. Suttanta Pitaka Majjhima Nikaya Mulapana Sakang Patama Bhagga. The collection of the Middle Lane saying the first 50 discusses Pali English. Pali Roman. Chat Thang Pasara Si Suttang Eva me Suttang Ekang Samayang Bhagava Savatiyang Vihadati Ye Tavane Anatha Bandikasa Arame Athakho Bhagava Pobbanaha Samayang Nivasetva Pata Sivara Madaya Sa vật hưng bình đá dạ ba vị sĩ a thơ khô sam bẹo hủ là phi khô dễ nạ aya sama anando tế nụ bà sang cả mừng xúc ô bà sang cả mịch hóa aya saman tăng anandang ế ta đạ vội chung chê ra su thà nổ áo sô Ananda Bhagavato Samu Kha Thami Katha Sathu Mayang Avuso Ananda Labhayama Bhagavato Samu Kha Thamang Kathang Savana Yati Tena Ha Yasamanto Yena Rama Kasa Brahmana Sa Asamo Tenu Basangka Madha Apewa Nama Labhayatha Bhagavato Samukha Dhammang Kathang Savana Yati Eva Ma Vuso Tikho Te Bhikho Aya Samato Anandasa Bạch Sô Sung Athakho Bhagava Savatiyang Bandaya Charitva Pacha Photang Bande Pa Tap Pede Kanto Aya Samantang Anandang Amantesi Aya Mananda Yena Pobba Ramo Migara Mantu Pasado Tenu Pasang Kami Sama Diwa Viharayati Evang Panteti Ho Ayasama Anando Bhagavato Pancha Sosi Athakho Bhagava Ayasamanta Anandena Sadheng Yena Pomba Ramo Migara Matu Pasado Tenu Pasangkami Diwa Viharaya Athakho Bhagava Sayanaha Samayang Pade Salana Vuthito Ayasamantang Anandang Amantesi Ayama Nanda Yena Bomba Ko Thako Tenu Pasangkami Sama Gattani Pade Sinh Chi Tunti Evang Pante Tikho Ayasama Anando Bhagavato Pancha Sosi Athakho Bhagava Ayasamata Anandena Satheng Yena Pomba Ko Thako Tenu Pasangkami Gattani Pare Sinh Chi Tung Pomba Ko Thake Gattani Pare Sinh Chi Kitwa Excuse me Gattani Pare Sinh Chitva Pachuttaritva Eka Chi Varo Athasi Gattani Pomba Paya Mano Atako Ayasama Anando Pe Yatwantang Tada Vocha Ayang Pante Rama Kasa Brahma Naksa Asamo Avi Dure Ramaniyo Pante Rama Kasa Brahma Naksa Asamo Pa Sadiko Pante Rama Kasa Brahma Naksa Asamo Sadhu Pante Phạ Gạ Hoa Dễ Nạ Rama Kasa Paramana Sa Asa Mo Tế Nụ Bà Sang Cả Mạ Tu Anu Kampang Upadayati Thi Hoa Xế Sĩ Phạ Gạ Hoa Tôn Nị Hi Phà Vê Nạ Thà Khô Phạ Gạ Hoa Dễ Nạ Rama Kasa Paramana Sa Asa Mo Tế Nụ Bà Sang Cả Mỹ Thế nạ khô bà nạ Sạ mà dễ nạ Xăm bẹo hụ là bị hố Rắm mạ cả sạ Rắm mạ nạ sạ sạ mê thăm mị giá Cả thá dạ Sân đi sinh nạ hồn tị Thà khô phẹ cả hòa Bà hết thà Thà khô phẹ cả hòa Bà hết hóa rạ cô thạc bế Thà sĩ Cả thà bạ rì yô xá năng Gạ mạ dạ mà nô Translate in English. Discussed on the Aryan quest. Arya Pari Ye Sa Na Sutta. Thus as I heard, at one time the Lord was staying near Savatthi in the Jeta ground in Anathapindikasa monastery. Then the Lord, having dressed early, taking his bowl and robe, entered Savatthi for alms food. Then a number of the monks approached the Venerable Ananda. Having approached, they spoke thus to the Venerable Ananda. It is long since to be Reverend Ananda had a talk on the Dhamma face to face with the Lord. It is good if we, Reverend Ananda, got a chance of hearing a talk on Dhamma face to face with the Lord. Where then the Venerable One should go to the hermitage of the Brahman Ramaka, and probably you would get a chance of hearing a talk on Dhamma face to face with the Lord. Yes, your Reverend, this month and serve the Venerable Ananda in assent. Then the Lord, having walked for arms in the Savatthi, returning from the quest for arms, after the demur, said to the Venerable Ananda, "We will go along, Ananda, and approach the eastern part, the palace of the Magaras mother, for the day sojourned." "Very well, Lord," the Venerable Ananda answers the Lord in essence. Then the Lord together with the Venerable Ananda approach the eastern part, the palace of the Magaras mother for the day sojourn. Then the Lord emerging from the seclusion toward the evening said to the Venerable Ananda, "We will go along Ananda and approach the eastern part too, but our limb." Very well, Lord. The Venerable Ananda answered the Lord in assent. Then the Lord together with the Venerable Ananda approached the eastern point too, but their limb. When he had bathed his limb at the eastern point and had come out of the water, he stood in the single robe, dry his limb. Then the Venerable Ananda spoke thus to the Lord, "Lord, this the hermitage of the Brahman Ramaka is not far. The hermitage of the Brahman Ramaka is lovely, Lord. The hermitage of the Brahman Ramaka is beautiful, Lord. It we are good, Lord, if out of the compassion the Lord were to approach the hermitage of the Brahman Ramaka. The Lord consented by the becoming silent. Then the Lord approaches the hermitage of the Brahman Ramaka. At that time, a number of monks came to the sitting down and taking Dhamma in the hermitage of the Brahman Ramaka. Then the Lord stood outside the porch, waiting for the talk to finish. Then the Lord, knowing that his talk had finished, crouched and knocked on the bar of the door. Those monks opened the door to the Lord. Then the Lord, having entered the hermitage of the Brahman Ramaka, sat down on the embroidered seat. As he was sitting down, the Lord said to the monks, "As you were sitting down just now, what was your talk about, monks? What was your talk that was interrupted?" "Lord, our talk that was interrupted was about the Lord himself. Then he arrived. It was good, monks, that when you men of the family, such as you who have gone forth from home into homelessness out of the earth, are gathered together that you talk about Dhamma. When you are get together, monks, there are two things to be done, either talk about Dhamma or the Aryan silent. This month, as the two questions, the Aryan the quest and the Unitarian quest, and why the master is the Unitarian quest as to this month. Someone labor to birth because of self. Seek what is like with the labor to birth. Being labor to being because of self. Seek what is like with the labor to being the able to disguise because of self, being the able to dying because of self, being the able to sorrow because of self, being the able to stand because of self. 6. What is like with the able to stand, and what monks would you say is the able to birth sons, and why monks are the able to birth women slaves, and men slaves are the able to birth God, and the sheep are the able to birth cook, and swine are the able to birth elephants, cows, horses, and mother are the able to birth gold, and silver are the able to birth the attachment. Monks are the able to birth, yet this man in slavery, infatuated, adding being the able to birth because of self, seek what is like with the able to birth. Thank you very much for this study, and I would you have three sarana manang hon to, and I would you see good life in the Buddhism Theravāda. Thank you very much for listening, and see you next time.